Okay, so this is the first card is the Silence card. And this is how you're going to be possibly thinking coming, excuse me, coming up here in March, the first couple weeks. You guys might be meditating. You might really be feeling the calling to meditate, to go deep, excuse me, deep within. You know, kind of how you normally do with the hermit, you know, but this is more of an emotional, relaxing, going in and just kind of like quieting your mind, tuning out any kind of, you know, repetitive thoughts or stresses you have from the day. Or so you're going to be probably thinking a lot this couple weeks in a meditation. And if you don't meditate, you know, you might want to just you might be doing this as you work out. Maybe you walk a lot, maybe you do hikes, and during your hikes, that's when you do your meditative work. That's when you clear your mind, or you listen to music, or you write, whatever it is that brings you this quiet and ability to clear your mind. You guys are going to be thinking a lot about something to do, you know, deep within your mind. So you're going to be probably doing that this week. And oh boy, here we go, Virgo. No, I'm not laughing. I'm just saying, okay, so this card is in the position of what you might be doing, you know, acting out or doing. So there's a part of you that might not be going out a lot. Okay. Typically this card means you're holding back your there's a part of you that is not willing to see the reality of something. Okay. But this card is in the position of something as far as taking action, going out, or, you know, taking the necessary steps in your life, or, you know, whatever that may be, work, relationship, situations, home. So there's a part of you guys that is going to be feeling like this, not wanting to face something. You may be hesitant to take actions this month or this week in regards to, you know, making a change possibly. I don't necessarily, it doesn't necessarily mean making a change, but it does mean that you might be holding back, okay? You might be holding back. You might not be really wanting to deal. That's the word. You might not be wanting to deal with some things going on this week. And maybe that's why, you know, you need this. Maybe this is why you really need to just kind of take some time to yourself, chill, relax, and just take some time, loving, caring time for your own self. So there might be a part of you that's holding back on taking some action this week. That energy is here. Let's see what else we have for you. Oh, you guys are feeling the dream. This is how you're feeling. Well, no wonder why you're not taking action. Okay, guys, I'm going to say it because this card, Virgo, this is a card. This is how a lot of you are going to be feeling. Okay, the beginning of March. This is a card called the Dream. And if you look at this beautiful, magical couple, it's a fairy tale couple, right? It's like, you know, any beautiful fairy tale we see of the couple, you know, in love. And this girl right here, this is you, Virgo. This is you looking out at this image, at this dream that you have, you know, at this fantasy. It's not really a fantasy, but it's a dream, you know, it's a dream that you want. You want this love, this dream, you know, this dreamy, flawless, perfect love, right? So you're feeling this and you're taking some time, okay, maybe to figure out what you want in your life. You're taking time out, but you're feeling like you're in a fantasy. You're feeling very creative and in a fantasy mode, and, you know, dreaming about the things that you want. So maybe if there is a full moon coming up, maybe you guys are doing this, you know, that ritual where on the full moon, you write down the things that you want. And maybe this is, and you know, the law of attraction, you know, where you think about something you want enough and it'll come to true. It'll come to light. It'll happen. So you guys might be doing that. I think there might be a full moon this month of March, but this reading is just for and I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, you guys, I don't have a calendar. I really need to get one of those astrology calendars. I'm not even sure where to buy them. So if anybody knows, by the way, where to get those calendars, let me know. I do want to get one. So I do seem to think that there is a full moon, okay, coming up. So I think Virgos, you're going to be really thinking about what it is that you want, okay? But I do need to tell you about this card. So this card, sometimes what it is that we're dreaming about, okay? This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to dream. We're supposed to write down exactly what we want and manifest it and dream about it and have a fantasy. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what we're supposed to be doing. But we could sometimes take it too far. Sometimes we might be dreaming and fantasizing and wanting something that doesn't exist. So how can the universe even bring it to you? Or it's something, maybe not that it doesn't exist. Let me say it this way. It might be something that isn't real. Maybe it's a fantasy for a reason, and then that reality or that fantasy can't come to you. I'm just saying for some of you, okay? Some of you are just dreaming, and you want this dreaming your fantasies and in a dream state, and you're feeling kind of like you want these things, and you're feeling a sense of like longing, or a sense of feeling alone, or a sense of feeling like you're not getting satisfied, or you're not getting the things that you want, okay? So if you are if you're the Virgo thinking this right now, if this is resonating with you and you're thinking, yeah, that is me, I am dreaming about stuff and nothing's happening. And I would just tell you that things will happen in the time that they're supposed to. That's for sure. So don't stop giving up or anything like that. But reevaluate what it is that you really do want, okay? And make sure it's something realistic, because this card is really telling me that you're having a problem with facing reality. Facing reality, okay? You don't want to see reality because it hurts too much, or you don't want to see reality because it might burst your fantasy, your dream, and then your dream won't be there anymore. And then what are you going to have? No, you can still have dreams. There might be something that you're pushing down, meaning there could be a part of your subconscious mind, okay? Virgo, I don't know how this is happening, but your reading is getting so deep, and we just begun. So but Virgos, I have Virgo in my chart. I'm going to admit, I really do. So, I get it totally. Virgos are very, very, very intelligent and intellectual, and, you guys are smart, and you really pay attention to things. So let's go back to the reading. I'm just saying that some of you, not all of you, but some of you may be you may be stopping yourself from taking action or moving forward in your life if you are doing this. Just some of you might be doing this. I don't know how many, but some of you might be suppressing emotions, feelings, thoughts, that you cannot deal with. And so therefore you kind of just shove them down. Okay. You think about them, they come to your head, and you ignore them, or you throw them away, or you disregard it. Okay. But if you do that long enough, you're going to get these, see how this person's got ropes all knotted up around them, almost to where they're tied and bound. Almost to, where their head's down, and they're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm all knotted up. How am I going to get out of this? So this card is basically just saying it's important for us. It's good that we release and let go of anything negative, right? Negative thoughts and feelings and issues in our life. And that's very, very important. That's part of the process. But if we're there's a fine line. So if we're letting things go, and are ignoring or just flat out ignoring, right? and ignoring it for the wrong reasons by saying, oh, I don't want to, if you're ignoring it because you don't want to deal with reality, then that might become a problem in your future because you might be suppressing things. That's the word, suppression. You might be holding things in and hiding them. And then you can hide them for only so long. And then after a while, something will eventually give. And you might have to deal with them. And then it's harder to deal with because now he's all knotted up, right? And he's got so many things to look at. So this is not an easy card. This is not an easy card to deal with because, I think that's why maybe you're going to be going in, taking some time to yourself, because I don't think you want to be this way. You don't want to be you don't want to live in a fantasy. You don't want to ignore reality. You don't want to just, because there's no escape, you guys. We can ignore stuff, but we can't. It never really goes away. Meaning, if we are supposed to evolve in this world, in our lifetime, it is important for us to look at ourselves, look at the realities of things, even though they're not maybe the most comfortable or healthy things to look at. Sometimes we do have to look at those things. We really do. Otherwise, we're not going to evolve as people in relationships in our lives. So I think you guys are just spending some time. You're going within. You're not going to be taking too much action, right now. You're going to be doing some beautiful imaginations and creative thinking, and really, really going in and just my only thing is don't get too delusional. That's all. Because again, it's a form of suppression. It's a form of escape. And when you escape, you're not, it's not going to, you're not going to evolve and you're not going to grow. You're just going to kind of ignore, but it eventually will catch up. So there's a fine line is all I'm saying, guys, is there's just a little bit of a fine line between those two. And then this is how, wow, you're going to be celebrating. Okay. So, my gosh, guys, I think you're going to be meeting up with friends that you haven't seen in a long time. If it's not 3 friends, it's 1 friend or 2. It could be all 3. You guys could be going to a reunion, or you haven't seen your friend in a long time. And you guys are going to be really having a good time, enjoying yourselves, living it up, and just catching up and just being free and being fun, having fun like you used to. Because this is kind of heavy energy here. So definitely, this is a fantastic card. This is kind of a card of just letting go, letting loose. This is also a form of healing, just to have fun, let go, of any of these suppressions or anything that are going on. Definitely. Okay. And this is you. This is the energy that's kind of like floating around for you guys this couple weeks. And it's pretty much you. It's pretty much a Virgo. It's an earth sign. It could be anybody from Capricorn to Virgo. Or Taurus, but this is, it could even be a mother figure. It could be a mother, an aunt, a grandmother. It could be you, but this is somebody who's very independent. They're financially stable and they're financially stable. So they really they're independent. They're just, a wonderful, independent, person who is comfortable in life, and they don't need much attention from anybody. They're happy with who they are as an individual, and they're happy independent as well. So they can have a relationship or they can be single. They're just content and satisfied, and they're financially okay as well. So something's going on with that this month. Hopefully that is the way. Hopefully this is Virgo. Okay, so let's see. Oh my gosh, this is what you guys want. This is in the position of what it is that Virgo wants, okay? This is what they want, but this is not what they have right now. So you don't have this yet, but this is what you're trying to manifest. This is what you're thinking about. And of course, there you are thinking about your dreams, thinking about what you want, what's going to fulfill you and satisfy you, and what's going to make you really, truly happy. So this is fantastic, but this hasn't come into... it hasn't come in yet, okay? But it's definitely something that you're thinking about, planning maybe, hoping for, and it's just not here yet in this month of March. It's just not here yet, okay? And then the main energy we have is, I think this is the 8 of Cups in reverse. So this is the main energy for Virgo. The main energy is the Eight of Cups in reverse. So the Eight of Cups in reverse is, I think you guys need to walk away from something, or somebody needs to walk away and they're hesitating. They're hesitating, so they're not doing it right now. They're having a struggle. They're not really doing it right at this moment. Okay, so there's something that somebody wants to walk away or move. They want to move forward, but they are not for some reason. So we'll go ahead and find out why. And this is emotionally. It doesn't necessarily have to be physically, but it could be both, because in order to move forward physically, we have to move and evolve emotionally. Okay. And then we have the Temperance card, which is a beautiful card of balance. It's a card of patience. It's a card of control of your emotions. Just absolute control and patience is just a beautiful, beautiful card. Okay, so this card's here, but for whatever reason, you know, somebody's having a difficult time moving forward, or changing directions, or going to a new direction. And in your past, you have the World in reverse. So in the past, you actually were having a hard time ending a cycle. There was some kind of cycle in your past, recent past, that it was supposed to end, but you were, for whatever reason, there was a hard time for the cycle to completely go through the ending. So there was something that was a delay, for instance. Yeah, a delay. But this was in your past, okay, you guys? This was in your past. So currently, you know, this is something else. It's kind of similar, right? It's kind of similar. This is an end to a cycle. And this was postponed. And it looks like this week, or at least this couple week, there's some kind of hesitation. Now, this is what is currently in front of you now. This is the Queen of Cups. She's a water sign. Oh, now because this is a general reading, it's a male or female, and it's a water sign. So it's a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And she is not, she's a little bit depleted right now. She's unable to be creative. Her normal happy self is a very creative, and she's very nurturing. She's loving. She's kind. She's giving. She can create anything out of nothing. So she's very wise. Like, she can just manifest things. But right now, he or she is having a hard time doing that. He or she is having a hard time nurturing and manifesting. They're having a little bit of a hard time with that, okay? And right now, this is how you're looking at your current situation. You want to be happy, and there's some kind of hesitation, okay? So this is how you're looking at the situation. You're looking at it from a point of, you know, this is somebody who's a little bit not depressed. This is somebody who's a little bit stubborn. They're either refusing to walk away. They're refusing to see something that they need to see. Okay. It's kind of another kind of, okay, I'm not going to go so far as to say it's suppressing. It's not that far, but it is a form of that. It's a form of an illusion, because you're not paying attention to yourself. You're not really in tune. So if you're not in tune, it's going to be difficult for you to really see a bigger picture. So you might just have like tunnel vision right now over the situation, what's happening around you, and maybe this person you're not seeing the good in something. Okay, you're not seeing the positive benefits, and you're bored. You're really bored. You look bored, and you're just not happy as far as satisfied right now. So that's kind of how you're looking at things right here. So let's see what else is here. Okay, so somebody's taking a break. Virgo, this could be you. You might be, you know, again, we have the Silence card here, but we also have a card of you wanting to go out and you going out and celebrating. But we also have this card of peace and relaxation, and maybe taking a vacation, maybe going to travel, or taking some time out to meditate, just to recharge. maybe you need to do that, or somebody else is needing to do that. But